Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Gentleman's Lounge, man. We back again with some heat for y'all.
Let's go.
Let's
get it. Hey, man, before we get into it, man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, follow the page, everything. Gentleman's Lounge everywhere. You know what I'm saying? We coming with that heat. We want to make sure y'all stay in tune and make sure y'all stay up to date with everything we got coming for you. You feel me?
Yes,
hey, man, you know, you got your hands all in the camera. I'm trying to look this
make
way
sure they
too,
see
man.
you.
Let them get some camera time too, man.
No, it's gonna be, it's definitely gonna be a good time. We definitely gotta continue on with conversation because we was definitely only scratching the surface. But how about last time, my man AJ G?
Oh man,
like, walk out of the recording.
Let me tell y'all, man. So
yeah,
look,
go ahead, tell this story. Let them know what happened.
Man, we recorded in the studio about a week ago, man, and I come outside. You know, it's a little dark outside, and I got some dark tints, black on black, you know, action going on. And I come around to the front of my car. Jared, like, man, what's up with your window, man? Somebody busted your window, bro. I come back, looking at my window, man. My bag, my work bag is gone. My wallet.
No.
I didn't know it at first, bro. Let's
tailor this back. All right.
Somebody just
clearly you ain't the storyteller out the group.
Man,
all right, so I'm gonna tell y'all the story. All right?
It hit me hard.
So we walk outside, right? So ironically, you know, they parked right behind my
right
whip.
behind us. Yeah.
So then they walk. All I hear is like, "Damn, G, what happened to your window low?" So he's like, "What you mean?" So we walk around, and then next thing you know, I see the glass busted all out on the ground. I'm like, "Damn, did you have something on your seat or something like that?" He's like, "Nah, I ain't had nothing." I'm like, "You sure you ain't had nothing?" He's like, "I said, I see you got tent in the back, but you ain't got no tent in the front." I was like, "You sure?" He like, "No, I ain't had nothing." I was like, "Well, then, I said, then it can only be two things. Either there was some kids fucking around, but they like, they ain't mess with your stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, you right." So then you must got some demons in your closet that you got a stalker or some chick that's stalking you.
Everybody love me, man. I don't got none of that.
2 minutes later, he like, "Oh, my book bag, my wallet, my social security card,
my work laptop,
right?
My left shoe,
work laptop. Man, they took my Gucci wallet, man, my goddamn leather work bag, all that shit, man. But you know what I'm saying?
I just let you know.
The next day, I got all that shit fixed.
Anybody in Chicago can get it.
Man.
Thanks.
You know, we back on the road. I got it fixed, and you know, work laptop. It's back in action. You know,
I ain't gonna lie though, that whole ride home, AJ was just like, he missed like 4-5 turns.
I was pressed.
He like, man, bro, I ain't even, my bad, bro. I'm just, my mind ain't even there. I said,
bro, I've never
they just busted your window and they fucking took your bag.
I'd be stressed too. It happened to me though. I was in Canada when it happened. That's why when I said like file a police report, like let your people know like what's up.
That happened to me when I came back from New York. I was in New York and
when we just went to New York?
No, yes.
Your stuff got busted in?
No, not that. No.
Bro, that was like
this is like this is a couple years ago. This is like
I was like, damn, we just came back from New York.
I was there for Eric's birthday, but my car was parked in my parking lot. You know what I'm saying? So when I came back to the crib, I was late for work this morning, so I was like, fuck, I gotta drive. Because I usually take the train to work. I'm walking to my car, I look up, I said, damn, saw a lot of glass on the ground. So I walk around them, I said, that's my
motherfucking window.
They must have
bro, they must have bust the glass on or did what, and then pulled the whole window out. The window was on the ground, bro. Tents and all. So I look inside, my back seat's down, my subwoofers, my amp, all that shit was gone.
Oh, yeah,
I had sounds in my car. And then my double DIN radio was gone. So I'm in that month. I'm like,
throw the whole car away.
Bruh.
It's a wrap.
I think I still got the video too, G. I was so hurt. I said, you think I went to work that morning? I said, man, I called my manager. I said, look at this. Man. My manager, she was a black lady. She was cool as hell. I'm like, yeah, somebody broke into my car. Like, I got to take this to the shop. I'm waiting on the tow truck, blah, blah, blah. Like, I ain't even coming in.
So here's my question, though. How cold was it on that ride back?
Oh, it was freezing. We had to turn on some heat. Hey,
I know it's cold.
Man, I'm like, then it was even worse for Jared. Ass got out the car. I was by myself looking stupid. Like, bruh, I'm driving home and heat blasting. I had some soft tunes on. Right. I'm like,
I knew y'all was cold, bro.
Then I got to the crib, I hit the alarm. I'm like, man, I hope nobody go in my car, bro. No, the whole time I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing else in there.
Yeah, what you worried about? They gonna steal the other window?
What
is that gonna go do?
Bro, going to sleep, I was like, man, nobody go back in my car.
Right. I'm like, well, ain't nothing much they gonna do. They already know what the deal is.
Man, that's right.
Bro, G, at that point, I'm like, bro, just take the whole car, bro. Because you gonna save me a hassle. Like, just really, I really be wanting my car to disappear like if you gonna break into this motherfucker, take it.
Hey, I never had that
You
shit.
make it sound like you got a little pinto or something.
Never had that shit happen to me, bro.
It's a hassle.
I get it though.
Like it's a hassle. Like I would rather not go through the hassle of a couple $100 of a window or a doorknob versus taking a whole car. Because I've gotten my car stolen before too, and they ain't do shit but joyriding my shit. And I'm just like,
I remember that.
bruh,
Wow,
like,
hell.
just take the car at
Kids,
that point.
man. A lot of times the kids, the youth.
Wild as hell, bro.
You drove today?
So I'm definitely sorry to hear that happened to you. For sure, that was definitely a buzzkill when we were coming off a high.
It
You
was.
know, especially recording the first episode. So, but I mean, on a high note, there's we were really only scratching the surface of last week, especially when it come down, you know, to relationships, marriage, just friendships,
Gotta
people.
roll up the sleeves on this one.
Yeah, you know.
I feel like y'all was trying to put me in a hot seat, man.
Of course,
you still
why
on the
would
high
we
seat.
not? Yeah, you the most recent. Yo, so what was it? It was me first. Like I had I had the biggest life change first. All right, then you AJ, you got engaged, right? Wait, was he engaged before you got married?
No, I got engaged.
Oh, so you second.
I got engaged and married before AJ.
Yeah, I know you was tweaking. So. All right, so it was, bro. When Jared came,
He said,
when Jared came back from recording, right? I mean, he been keeping me up to speed on everything. I'm just looking like, okay, cool, you know, be on the show, you know, do your thing, like get your, you know, go ahead, get your bucket.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I'm getting married. I'm like,
He put it on you like that.
Are they telling you to get married? Like, no, I proposed to her, like, you know, like for real, like me and her got this thing. I'm like, bro, y'all known each other for a month. I'm like,
It wasn't even
Jerry
much.
was
It was
spinning,
10 days before we
Before you got
decided-
engaged?
Yes, it was 10 days. I was married longer than I was engaged longer than I knew her.
Yeah,
Right.
If that makes sense.
Facts. Yeah, that makes sense, bro. I hear you.
Wait, I was engaged.
You was
longer
engaged
than-
longer. You was engaged what? 30 days?
I mean,
2 weeks? 2 weeks?
Nah, that doesn't make sense at all. So, it's like, when you meet somebody, that's when it starts. That's when it starts, knowing somebody, when you meet somebody. So, however,
I was engaged longer than I was
married.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. I got you. Okay, I mean, that's fair. Okay, so you were second,
Yeah, I was
and
saying.
then AJ was third.
Third.
So AJ, did you get engaged because your boy left the game?
No. So I got engaged. You know, I felt like it was the right time to do it. You know, it was our 4-year anniversary coming up. We've been through so much ups and downs. We conquered all that. We learned from a lot of things. You know, and
You know what? That's
many
that's a
things.
conversation I got to talk about.
Triggers me.
that
triggers me.
What's up?
You just said something because you felt like it was time because y'all had been through.
No, so look. You know, from day one, I knew I wanted to marry Tika.
Day one,
honestly. You know, when you know, right?
Nah.
So for me, when I look,
Day one?
if I don't vibe with you or rock with you, it's not gonna work. So day one, I'm like, man, I want to make this, you know, a long term thing. So, you know, I put it through some tests. I was definitely put through some tests. And
Bro,
you know,
why you try to just set yourself up as if you put her through we already established on episode 1 that you was stalking her and she gave you the curriculum. She said, look, if you're gonna pass this class, this is what you need to do.
You're right. But I had to figure some things out, make sure I knew she was the one. Because I was like, man, you know, the look, the everything, you know how you dream of somebody that you want to be with? Like you just I can't explain it, but I can't. Just be like,
I'm saying,
you picture
but
your
I've
wife.
never experienced it.
You picture your wife in a dream.
I definitely dreamed about Holly Berry. My wife bad, but I definitely dreamed about Holly Berry, bro. And I've not been with.
Go ahead. What's up?
I don't mean to cut you off, but this shit funny as hell. You just said you dreamed of marriage. So I forgot if they showed this shit on the show, but I remember telling, I think it was Ayana. That I dreamed. I forgot who the fuck it was because that shit was over a year ago. But I'm like, I had a dream because I didn't ask what anybody looked like. And I was like, I had a dream and I thought you was like this light skinned woman with curly hair, blah blah blah. And Ayana was the complete opposite. But people was on my ass because I was describing what Valerie looked like. But I had no idea because I'd never seen her.
Oh, okay. So you just made it up?
No. I didn't make it up. Like
you describing what she looked like.
That's in my dream. That's what she looked like. I couldn't see her face. I just saw physical features. And when the show came out and everybody was just like, This nigga was describing Mallory.
I don't know if that was. I don't remember that though. In the show,
I think they said something about it, but I don't remember. I watched the show one time, so I don't fucking know.
Yeah, you only watched it once.
Yeah, hell, boy, I was not about to watch this shit again.
Okay, let me finish my.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead. You dream. I like chocolate, right? You know, I like chocolate. I don't
chocolate
like
women.
Light skin. I like chocolate women. Yeah. So I always had a vision or a dream that my wife was going to be chocolate. A certain size. You know what I mean? Certain physique, long hair, beautiful brown eyes, all that. And once I seen Tika for the first time, I already knew. I'm like, man, it fits the description.
Yeah. Like she had good skin is what you mean.
All that, bro. So all I had to do was execute. And as long as we vibed together, it was gonna be smooth sailing.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Got the most technical.
If I had the bread to purchase a $7,000 ring early on in our relationship, I probably would have. But I ain't get my bag until a little later. But
so
that's another story.
How soon did you know? You know what I'm saying, that after dating for a while, or however long y'all dated, where you was just like, this is gonna be the one.
At my cousin's wedding, we were about 6, 7, no more than 8 months in. And when I seen him at the altar getting married, and I looked at Tika, I'm like, man, that's gonna be us one day.
Oh, that's a trap. Hey, fam, everybody out there, that is a trap. Weddings are a trap. You get the emotions are high. You start. You seen The Best Man, right?
Hell yeah.
All of a sudden, you want to propose to his girl when he see the girl, his homeboy, and his chick that he was smashing.
Yeah, that was rough.
Get married.
That was rough.
No, that's the biggest trap, bro. I always make sure, whenever the emotions are high, take it out. Sleep on it.
Sleep on it.
Sleep on it.
So wait, how long did y'all date before y'all decided to become a
we
couple?
moved fast, bro. So actually, we met in
they move fast as hell.
We met in April. Yeah. We started talking in March.
Yeah.
Like texting, you know what I'm saying? We never got on the phone, bro. What's crazy, we never got on the phone. We were just texting for weeks, for about 3-4 weeks.
That's not
leading up to the party bus, right? Leading up to the party bus.
Why would you not talk? Y'all just texting?
We were just texting, bro. I'm not a huge on the phone type of person.
Me either, but a chick that you interested in.
Right.
You FaceTime, you text, you do everything.
Early on.
I also had a lineup though. I had other women that I was entertaining at the time.
Bro, was you talking to them? AJ, I'm tired of you. I am tired of you. You just told me from the day one you wanted to marry this chick. And it just went through a whole thing.
So look.
I got a rust on the side.
So look.
In case my number one draft pick don't work out. What?
So look. So from day one when we met, we didn't meet until the party bus. That was 4 weeks. You know what I mean? In the process.
But you already been DMing her though.
Yeah.
Now she can put a face to a name.
Yep. So
you're shooting all type of shit.
So look. Let me tell you, bro. So we met at my party bus. And then
I'm glad we got new
information.
Okay.
We met at the party bus. And I'm like, man, I gotta go ahead and make this happen. So then after the party bus, we connected. We started going on dates and shit. And
where was your first date?
We went to Lalo's Mexican restaurant. She loves tacos, so we went there. And
all women love tacos.
Both of y'all love tacos.
So we was kicking it. She spent the night a few times, and
that night.
Nah, she didn't spend the night. I wanted her to come back to the crib. I was drunk as hell. She was like, nah. She was like, nah, bro. And that was kind of a test, though.
She's like, I'm a lady.
That's why I said I put her on.
I respect.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, cool. I respect it.
You ain't put her through no test because if she would have said, yeah, you would have been like,
you would have went.
I would have went.
You would have went, and you still would have proposed to her.
Probably wouldn't.
And you still would have proposed to her. Trying to fake the fuck. I'm tired of you, AJ.
I don't know if we would still be here today.
AJ, I wish there was a buzzard right here so I could just time you out, bro. Time you out. Right.
Stop.
Time out, bro.
So I'm about to get to the meat, man. So
pause.
Right.
I got you.
Man, I got you. To the nitty gritty. So then April 15th when we met physically.
Oh, this nigga,
bro. We started
impressive.
A committed relationship May 29th, 2017.
Okay.
So April 15th, May 29th. That's when we was dating and kicking it and all that. Then we actually had, some sexual relations. And then she was like, man, you my man after that. And I'm like, cool, shit. Respect you ain't gotta say nothing but a word to me.
You should have told her you was my girl after you stayed the night more than twice over my crib without giving it up.
You right about that. So I'm like, cool.
You know the rules to this, right?
Right. So man, May 29th when we made it official. And I sold everything in my apartment, gave Jared a dresser and some shit, sold my couch set, my bed.
You ain't give it to me.
We moved.
You see how he played you like that?
I charged
You
you.
charged
See how he
40, I
played you
charged
like
you
that?
40,
Like he helped you out? He handed you out?
No, he
He
charged.
made it sound like he handed
Hey, Jared, you
you
need
out.
some furniture over here, man. What the fuck you doing, big dog? So, bro, we moved in after 3 months, man. We moved
Yeah, they
in.
moved.
and
Wait. I'm sorry.
They move fast as
So
fuck.
April 15th,
May 29th.
They
May
made it.
29th, y'all, she gave you the poontang, and then she said we together.
And
And then how much longer after
about
that?
September, July, end of July, September is when we,
Moved in?
yeah,
They was fast as hell.
yeah, we moved in. And we've been living with each other since September 17 till this day. Man, we've been together.
I mean,
5
I'm
years.
glad, you know, she
And
a
man.
dope chick anyway. I met her a couple of times. She got good energy.
Most
I can tell
definitely.
she intelligent. She a dope chick. But,
Yeah, Tika. Shout out to Tika Lachey. What up, sis?
most definitely.
Shout out to you for
But
holding
now-
this crazy motherfucker down.
But now I want to tell Tika, like, yo, you should have checked this dude 3 years ago. Because if you had all these visions and said, I'm going to marry you from day one, that shit only took after she gave you the poo-poo. And then, you know, after y'all moved in together, it's like, bro, you marrying me. What's up?
Man, you know, I had to. I didn't have that bag.
You was being a dude.
I
So
had
being
to
a
get
nigga.
it
You was
out
being
of
a
my
nigga.
system.
No, but you know what, AJ, I do agree with you though, because I feel like personally, my own personal experience and so in my background, I grew up in a house full of women.
Yeah, me too.
All
Me too.
ages. So
That's
like
crazy.
I was able to experience
3
all
sisters.
different types. Yeah. Well, I had my sister, my cousin, my grandmother, and my mother. So it was all different age groups.
Oh, most definitely.
So I understand the piece where a lot of times women don't realize that it's not the love factor. Like it's not that a man doesn't love you when he's ready to get married.
Facts.
You know, it's that he's got to, one, love himself, and two, be comfortable where he's at. Not complacent, but comfortable, because we all got goals, right?
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, it ain't too many people I know that know they're going to make it to the NBA, but they're getting married in high school. Yeah, that stuff happens way after. They got to get some success under their belt, because, you know, with men, it's about the success level. It's about the clout for a little bit before you start taking that leap. And a lot of times women are like, oh, you love me, right? Like, yeah, but I love basketball too. You don't see me like going ahead and committing to live on a court, you know, and stuff like that. It's a different story. So I feel you on that piece though.
Most definitely.
You got one from me. Because you've been
Appreciate it.
Hey, hold on.
drowning for a minute, dog.
The other ones out there, they're going to come far and few, so hold on to it.
You're right.
Look, so then, you know, I had to wait a little bit, get a little bit more money. Then I grabbed that ring, and it was a wrap, man. The rest was history, bro. We had a big old party. You know, Jared was there.
Hey, that ring big as hell.
Yeah, spent a little bread on
That
that.
ring big as hell.
So from the money standpoint, actually, that brings up a question, you know. The money standpoint, is it really like, yo, I need to make a lot of money, or is it just I need to be able to have access and be able to do the things that I want to do at that particular time?
I feel like if you don't have the money to support a family and give her what she wants, then you don't need to be making that decision. You know?
But how you know what she wants? Because what if especially if she got her own bag, how do you really know what she wants?
True. I mean,
She wants
you
your
don't,
loyalty.
you don't want to. You don't. True.
She wants your
number
commitment. That's what
one.
she wants. She
Facts.
wants your loyalty, your commitment.
She don't want the big old diamond ring and all that. She could care less about that. But that's what I wanted. I wanted the best for her.
That's like category B. I get you.
I feel it.
They still want the ring.
So
They do.
So if I may interject,
Go ahead.
Just for me being married and going into it with the mindset of how I saw my dad be a provider for my stepmom and for our family. Like for me, I never had to want for anything as a child because my dad always made sure that monetarily we had everything. My mom had everything. Well, my stepmom had everything. Like my siblings, we all had everything. So when I got married, like that was my first thought process, or like that's how I knew to be a provider, was to make sure that financially we good. You ain't got to worry about that.
Facts.
I had to learn very quickly, not very quickly, but like I learned that to her that shit didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I took from my father. Like, okay, well, I saw what a successful marriage looked like, and this is what he did to make sure the marriage was successful, just from my point of view.
His marriage.
So, yeah. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to do that in my marriage. And that was the complete opposite of what mattered for her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I disagree when you say it's a money thing, because some women don't care about the money. Some women care about what other ways can you provide for them mentally. You know what I'm saying? How can you provide for them with, you know, support, like
Money is a big thing. I agree with Jared, but they definitely care about the money majority of them.
Definitely.
I mean, they.
No, but I agree with you.
definitely-
I agree with you though.
Yeah.
It's a deeper level. It's like the surface,
Yeah.
right? It's like when
financial security.
it's similar to like when men look at women. It's like your beauty is what attracts me. It's your personality that keeps me, right? So you know, when it comes down to majority of the women that I've interacted with, I ain't gonna say all women though, that you know they want to know that you got a secure bag for the most part, but other than that, like it's a deeper underlying thing. Yeah. But based on what you two are saying, it sounds like y'all would have issues if y'all not the providers.
Me, I wouldn't personally, but I feel like I can't. I have to reach a certain standard.
What if you was a
I mean?
teacher? What if you was a teacher at a charter school?
She wouldn't,
and she was an executive.
But me personally,
yeah, but she's paying all the bills. She's bringing in the bread.
She bringing in the bread.
You bringing in like maybe 60, 70,000 maybe. And she bringing in 150.
What's the question?
I'm saying, how would you feel about it? Knowing that she is really the provider. So the money piece ain't really there.
I'm not used to that.
Because your defense at one point, right, was I need to make a certain amount of money and I need to be able to provide for my family. Yeah. What if she say like, you good, bro? I got this. I'll take care of the family.
I don't know if I could do that.
So
for me, that's fair enough. I mean, that's honest.
Man,
that's honest response.
That's
honest response.
That's rough.
I don't have a problem with the woman being a breadwinner. Like that doesn't like throw shade at my ego or put nicks in my ego. Like I don't care about that. Like if you want to be the provider, cool. Because at the end of the day, it's more to just financial stability in this relationship. That financial shit, that's just the tip of the iceberg compared to everything else that needs to happen for this relationship to work. But I've also never been, I think I've been with one person, but we weren't married. You know what I'm saying? She was just my girlfriend who made more than me. You know what I'm saying? But it was I've never really had a girlfriend where we just sat and just talked about finances and intertwining our finances and combining our finances. Like I really didn't have to do that until I was married. And when it happened when I was married, like I didn't make her feel bad for making less than me, because at the end of the day, if she made more than me and you the breadwinner, shit, go ahead. So like, shit, that's me right there. She getting to the bag. I'm getting to the bag too, but shit, her bag a little bit bigger than mine. But together we got a big stupid bag. Right. You know what I'm saying? That don't intimidate me at all.
No, I agree.
It's not going to intimidate me, but I'm still going to go get the bag as well and try to meet you halfway.
What if you're an elementary school teacher?
Then it just is what it is.
Can she make decisions in the household over you?
I mean, if she's making the bag, yeah.
Wait a minute.
And that's where I disagree.
See, as financial decisions or
decisions,
overall.
Period. And let me, for the viewers out there, let me be clear. I'm not saying that there's a tyrant in the house, right? Because you make the most money. But you are going to be the final decision maker because you make the most money. I'm going to disagree with that piece.
What you think?
I think if you a man, you a man. It doesn't matter. So I used to always date older women when I was growing up. Like growing up in a house full of women made you a little bit more mature. So I used to always date older women for the most part, and they always made more money, but it never fazed me. Because at the end of the day, if you happy doing what you're doing and I'm happy doing what I'm doing, it really don't matter to me. Like I need more from you than, the career piece. I need you to have a career. I need you to make some money, but it's more than that to me. So I don't care if I was an elementary school teacher and she was the CEO of Apple. At the end of the day, like I'm still the man of the household. I'm going to be making the decisions. Now it's your money.
I got a quick question for y'all too.
But I'm gonna say it's we got our shared account, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, spend your money how you want to spend it.
Your money or y'all money?
No. We're gonna have our joint account. But at the end of the day, our joint account is only handling our bills. Thanks. Like you still make plenty of money if you're a CEO at Apple to do whatever you want. That's your money. Live your life. You worked hard for it. You're right. But if it comes down to decisions of this family, like we're gonna consult about it. But I'm going to have the final say so based on an educated reason. Like it's like, I took your advice, I took it into consideration, but this is what it's actually going to be because this is what I think is best for this family.
What about
I don't care.
Overspending, shopping and stuff like that?
You can't stop it.
And you be like,
you can't stop it. You can't stop it.
No, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. You
just gotta swallow that pill. You ain't gonna be able to change that.
Yeah, and it's sad though because it's fun to endure at one particular point because you could provide for them, but it's sad because Black community, right? You gotta think about it. We're not really raised we're not educated on financial security and financial literacy and just being and what wealth really means. Like when people think of wealth, they think just money. Like, no, that's health, that's money, that's lifestyle. Like it's all combined. We're not educated on that type of stuff. So I'm not mad at when I meet women that are insecure about it or struggle to actually get that concept where they just spend before they get it.
Yeah.
Or shoot, they want to hold on to all their money and don't pay none of their bills. Like, yo, why is your bill 3 months past due? Like, that's ridiculous. You got the money. Well, I don't know when the next money gonna go. I'm like,
I'm like in the middle of that, you know what I'm saying? Because for me, it's all about, and I don't even know how the hell we got on this, but we here now. But for me, it's really all about budgeting. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people like to live above their means. They like to put themselves in positions and predicaments where it's just like, well, shit, now I'm forced to decide where am I spending my money at this time. Am I going to spend money on this rent, or do I want to get this bag and keep up with the Joneses? You know what I'm saying? And in relationships, a lot of times.
Well, here you go. I'm sorry to cut you off. So when did the financial conversation come into play? Was it with girls you were dating, or was it when you got married?
So I had the financial conversation with one ex-girlfriend because I felt like we were on a path, you know what I'm saying, to like this was going to be something long term. So we eventually started having conversations, and you know, about family and kids and finances and things like that, and about how to combine finances. It wasn't actually until I got married where we had the conversation and all that shit actually came into fruition. And like anybody that's in a relationship or a marriage and you finances is always going to be a topic of it. It's always your topic.
It's going to be a main topic.
It's going to be either be a pain point or it's going to be an uncomfortable situation, or uncomfortable conversation. So we had these conversations, you know, back when we were in the pods. We were just like, okay, well, if we were to get married, like, how would we do the expenses? How would we do accounts and shit? Because at the end of the day, I was like, well, you know what I'm saying? Your money is my money and my money is your money. You know what I'm saying? That's my thought process. So when we, you know what I'm saying, like when we signed on the dotted line, got our letter, you're married, went and got a joint account. So the joint account was like, all right, well, this is for whatever household expenses we have. Like I didn't want to combine all of our accounts, you know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to make sure that we had joint accounts for any household expenses or any expenses that, you know what I'm saying, that came up that surprise, or like money for rainy day, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, well, every check that we get, let's put like $100, just bare minimum, put $100 in the joint account. And at the time, she had moved into my place, so she was still paying rent at her crib, and I was paying everything in my crib because I was like, I want to alleviate some of the pressure off of you. So you know what I'm saying? Because we've had this financial conversation time and time again.
What pressure though? How's that pressure? She was already paying her own rent.
But she
living
also,
with you rent free.
Yeah, but she
paying her old rent. So
she's still paying old rent, but she also still she has a husband that, you know what I'm saying, she has to take into account for too. Like she was doing all that she was paying her own rent and doing everything by herself. Now you got somebody else that you got to account for, another mouth to feed.
But you paying your own rent too.
Yeah, but I also have another mouth to feed too.
No, I agree with you on the mouth to feed, but I'm saying like there's really no burden taken off of her.
But she also had debt, you know what I'm saying, credit card debt and stuff like that, you know, I had to absorb too.
Exactly. So the burden is on you now.
It's on both of us because even if I didn't have it and I look to her, I need you to have it. We're in a marriage. We're together. How?
No, I mean, I get where you're going. I guess I'm hung up. So I will admit my shortcomings. I definitely have shortcomings when it comes down to the whole your money, my money, you know, vice versa. Like, I think that we're going to split, right? That we're two becomes one, right? I get that.
Yeah.
However, that doesn't mean you going to go out and just go ham with my money.
Yeah, true.
You know, or our money, quote unquote. Like, I just don't believe that if I'm working hard and and let's just say I'm bringing in twice the money you bringing in, and I come home and you done bought, you know, a bag and you done bought some this and that, like basically stuff that I wouldn't do.
You're going to have a issue with that.
I'm like, so this is what I tell my wife. Like when she go out and she's so like chill, like I be telling her like, go buy you a bag, go do this, go do that. Like you good. But she just so like timid with that. And I'm like, I said, when you go out, just think, what would Lester do?
Right.
Yeah.
Like if I'm out and I'm having a good time, would I buy a bottle? Yes. Or would I go out of the country and buy me some clothes or a watch or something like that? Yeah. So you should do it. Now, would I just go and just randomly buy a Ferrari or something like that? No. So if you do it, of course I'm upset.
Yeah, facts.
And I'm not upset because it's our money. No, I'm upset because it's my money.
Yeah.
That money just went bye-bye. Like I just worked. I'm basically a slave now.
Yeah.
I done picked cotton. I done picked cotton my whole life just so you could sell my cotton and make a profit off of it. I'm back to zero.
Yeah.
You know, that's just how I think. I'm not saying it's the best way to think.
Yeah.
I just struggle with that concept. Like we being 100, I struggle with that concept. Like I truly feel that, you know, regardless of how much money, like we should bring our bread together. We should say what our bills are going to be, put money to the side for our family, our savings, but you should have your own bread to spend and I should have my own bread to spend. I don't want to have to
without any
check with you before I go buy something.
Exactly.
You know, if it's, as long as our bills are taken care of.
And that's what I was trying to, that's what I was trying to do in my relationship. So like,
for you did mention her debt, your debt. You know, like how did that work? You were helping paying off different debt and all that.
So when she moved in with me, like I told her, like, don't worry about the bills. I've been paying them bills by myself this entire time.
Your bills,
my bills.
Yeah.
And
well, have you ever asked a woman to help you pay your own bills?
Hell no.
Trust me.
I've also never.
I've never done it. But trust me, even having a conversation that's leading up to that, they look at you as if you are. I've seen my homeboys try to have those conversations, and they looking like, "Wait, what? You want me to help you pay what? But next thing you know, you paying for their hair, they clothes, all this stuff. But if the thought of them paying for anything that you have, unless you live in Atlanta, a lot of Atlanta chicks. Salute to my Atlanta chicks that take care of their dudes.
Hold on, wait. Ayana's from Atlanta.
Yeah, so is Janisa, but so is my woman. I wasn't even supposed to drop names. So is my woman. My woman is from Atlanta too. But at the same point, majority, like there's a lot, literally there are a ton of women in Atlanta that take care of dudes.
Damn,
really?
I never heard of that.
Yes.
I ain't know that either.
Yes.
Like Hollywood, I never heard of it.
Like it's almost like they love, I don't know if it's because of the situation out there, but they literally, me and wifey driving in the whip. This is before we got married. And I'm like, we driving. I'm looking at the chick in the whip.
She driving.
She driving a nice whip, and the dude just, you know, he look bummy.
Rolling up.
And I ain't trying to hate on, but you know, you kind of piece two together. She done up. He look all bummy or whatever. And I'm like, damn. So I'm asking my wife. I'm like, is that how they get that? She was like, oh, these dudes be coming up out here.
That's crazy.
Like, should be just because there's a scarcity of heterosexual men out there.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, when they find one, they like, oh, okay, cool.
You know, prized possession.
So that's just personally, that's just how I feel about it. So let's dig a little deeper. Let's dig a little deeper.
Like I was saying. So again, she had debt, like credit card debt and all that shit. So
America.
I was just like, you know what? You move into here, like, make sure just focus on paying down your debt. You know what I'm saying? I'll make sure everything else is cool. Because again, mind you, I've seen this from my dad, so that's how I'm wired. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure financially we good. We decided to throw $100 in every time that we get paid, and I just said that, you know what I'm saying, because I wanted her to make sure that I want her to know that, you know what I'm saying, like, we're in this, we're in this together.
Yeah,
but I would oftentimes throw way more than $100 in there.
I remember,
and you know what I'm saying, I always told her, like, hey, this is for whatever. Like, we would primarily use it for groceries, because I wouldn't take our, like, the money that I was spending on rent or not rent, but like rent and fucking gas, electric. Like, I wouldn't take the money out of there. So I was like, we pretty much using this for groceries. And like, if you ever are down low, you know what I'm saying, need an emergency, like feel inclined to pull the money out of the account. Like, I don't care. I'm not going to use this money. I'm putting this there for us, and I'm not going to need it. But if you need it, be okay with, you know what I'm saying, pulling the money out. Right. And that's where me and her struggled for quite a bit, because she had the mentality that it was like, well, this is your money. I don't want to touch your money. No, it's not. This is our money. Yes, I'm making it. Yes, I'm putting that in there.
Did she spend it though?
No. Right. There was times where she let her account get low as hell, and then she told me, and I'm like,
but was she still putting money into the joint savings or whatever y'all had?
Yeah.
Shoot, that sounds like love to me, man.
But I'm also like, if
I'm like, yo, if we still building over here, yo, I mean, shoot.
Yeah, I'm like, don't let your account go low when there's money. There's hundreds of dollars sitting here.
I respect her for it though. I get it.
I respected it too, but it's like,
but she was putting money into the account too, right?
Yeah.
So why not pull from it? Yeah. If she's struggling,
because she felt like most of it was my money, and she didn't want to go into my money. I'm like, I almost had to grab her.
So if it's like $1,000 in there, she might have put like 100.
Probably, yeah.
So that's probably why.
But I'm just like, at the end of the day, I'm putting this money here for us.
Right.
Because if either one of us fall on times where we got to use an emergency, the money is there. It's there for both of us.
Yeah.
I don't care who puts the most in. If the roles are reversed and you put more money in and I needed the bread, I'm going to pull it out. You know what I'm saying?
So this is like a sneak peek. So for you, AJ, this is probably something you should listen to because a lot of people don't know this. So for the people out there, the viewers listening, like this is what married people do. They actually collaborate and they talk about stuff like this because we all go through the same things. It's like it may come in different forms, but we all are going through the exact same thing. So me and Jared have had these conversations. You don't share with people that ain't married. You know, you just share with people that are married because there's a trust factor there, right?
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, like your wife is your queen. Like you don't never want to put her in a vulnerable situation with your boys, like that you're not real close with, or randoms and things like that.
Always.
So we all go through it. Yeah. Like me and Jared have talked about these type of situations. I'm like, oh, you know, I've dealt with that, or maybe you should try this approach or something like that. Like the key is like give them options. Don't tell them what's right or wrong, but more so like, you know what, maybe try it this way. Because not every marriage is the same.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the problem. Everybody thinks marriage is supposed to be, you know, all sugar and rainbows and all this good stuff.
And you guys believe in roles? Marriage roles?
Gender roles?
Marriage who?
I said marriage roles, but gender roles.
Gender roles.
It doesn't have to be gender roles specifically, but I mean in your foundation.
To a certain extent.
Yeah. So me,
just like I expect women to sit down on the toilet when they pee,
Facts.
I expect, you know, myself to empty the garbage, you know. However, if I ain't there, your ass better empty the garbage. Like that's what at the end of the day, you are me when I'm not at home, right?
Right
so when my wife is not at home, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm doing what needs to be done.
Yeah.
And I think that's a struggle because I mean, I'm just speaking for me. There's you tend to accept like when people aren't available, like you step up to the
plate.
Yeah, to the plate.
Sure.
Yeah.
But when it's reverse, it's like, nah, that's your job. And it's like, whoa, since when was it just my job to do this?
You're right about that.
And
I'm capable, but my bad, bro. I'm capable of all that. You said cooking and cleaning and all that. Used to do it all the
Capable.
time. But
Every human being has
if you got
two arms should be capable
So
of doing it.
I don't cook. I can. I've cooked many times, but I don't cook. She cooks. I don't clean. Not saying that I don't and can't, but I don't clean.
Yeah.
The first time I washed the tub.
You don't clean your own
She washes it.
bedroom?
I don't make the bed. I don't do nothing.
But do you put your clothes away?
I mean,
Do you clean up after yourself?
yeah. But she
I'm about to
she
tell
do
her
the,
like,
she
yo,
do the
red
majority of
flag, red flag, get out of here.
I might come home from work, man, put my shit, my pants here, my shirt there. She'll come up and hang it up.
And she don't yell at you about it?
Nah.
Oh, marry her today.
I don't cook. I don't clean.
Go elope right now.
Damn,
I probably
what's that song? I don't cook, I don't clean.
Bro, I'll probably wash the tub and clean the bathroom maybe 3 times out of 5 years, bro.
Damn.
I'll take out the trash.
Yo, marry her today.
That's why I said,
what do you
do I believe in roles? Because, you know, I'm more of the financial support. You know, she saves a lot of her money and she cooks, she cleans, she holds everything down at the household. You know, she decorates the crib, she gets all the furniture, all that stuff, you know, and in other areas as well. She holds down as well. But specifically those 2 roles, I'm more of the financial responsibility or burden or whatever. She's more of the holding down the household. So, you know, I don't do that.
You played sports though, right? You played sports, right? What sport did you play? Football, right? So my wife get mad at me about this, and we've gotten better because she like, you know, you can't approach everything like it's football. But I was like, yo, football has taught me how to be a teammate.
For real.
So at the end of the day, like, yeah, I don't believe in gender roles like to a certain degree. Yeah. However, I do feel like it should be a balance. So example, if she's the breadwinner and I'm the stay-at-home dad, you know, maybe I'm an entrepreneur, I'm trying to figure this out, then I'm gonna cook, I'm gonna clean, I'm gonna take care of the crib. Like where you're slipping, not even slipping, where your shortcomings are because you're focused on other areas, that's where I should be filling in and vice versa. And I truly feel, just talking to other couples, whether they're married or not, that's where the struggle is because nobody really wants to fill in that gap. They, in their own mind, they already have their own perception of what role they should be playing. And it's like, that's not the card you were dealt. Like, you married this model that's making millions and millions of dollars and you're expecting her to stay at home and cook and clean and take care of the kids. Like, nah, bro, I would be apron on, like, baby, I got this. You good. Keep looking fine. Bring in that bread. We about to take this trip.
Who's about to better cook?
And
hands down her.
Yeah, same.
Like I'm a solid cook. But she from Atlanta. To be honest, I would have never in my life married her if she couldn't cook.
Yeah, same. I'd be
It's
like,
disrespectful to be from the
cook
South
better.
and not can't cook.
It's a faster process. You cook better, so why? You know what I'm saying? But she's appreciative of when I do cook or when I do clean. I don't know.
I ain't a fan of you right now, AJ.
You ain't a fan of me?
Yeah, I ain't a fan.
Look, I cleaned the bathroom the other day. She
like-
was like, man, I appreciate that.
She better go marry her today, dog. Go marry her today. He said he cleaned the bathroom probably 3 times in 5 years.
For real, bro.
5 years. Wow.
I don't do that, man.
If I ever see rings around the toilet in the back, I'll be like, you know what? Your wife left you, did she?
No, but to honestly to piggyback off of what you said, I think the whole like gender roles thing that's somewhat becoming archaic, for real, because that's something that our grandparents and probably our parents were just like, okay, well, I'm the woman of the house, so I'm gonna make sure that the laundry is folded, the kitchen is clean, the beds are made, and as the man, I'm gonna make sure that the garbage is taken out, the grass is cut, all things like that. Now, I think that there are some women and men who still think like that, but I think there's also been a shift of like this whole. Well, there's also this.
Well, women have
like,
more rights. They have more rights. They have more.
So I'm gonna do this.
They have more power. They have more rights. Women are better educated nowadays. I mean, look at what's going on in Iran, right? You're seeing a change right now, like the uprising and everything. When a lady got arrested, like you have women taking off what's the name?
Hijab.
Yeah, so you have them taking it off. Like there's a movement that's happening that's already happened in the U.S.
Yeah.
So yeah, this isn't old school anymore. Like women are like, well, one, they're underpaid. Right?
True.
They work twice as hard as us majority of the time, and they still have to play both roles.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't really like gender roles and stuff like that. Like nah, I grew up in a house full of independent women.
Yeah.
So that's my view of when I see my wife. It's like, nah, you can do more.
Oh yeah,
And they don't see that they could do more, but you got to push them the same way I expect my wife to push me. Like, there's more in you. You don't even know there's more in you, because if my mom could do it, I married you. You a dope chick. Like, I know you can outdo my moms.
Yeah.
It has to be some structure.
Yeah, definitely.
I think people nowadays is more so like it's a partnership. Like, I'm not finna fight you on what I think you should be doing. No, like you said, like if you lacking in this area, I'm gonna pick you up. With me and Ayana, if I did the laundry, like if I wash the clothes, she'll fold them. If she cook, I clean the dishes. If I cook, she clean the dishes. If I clean that, you know what I'm saying? Like we would even trade off at times, you know what I'm saying? Like it was never a thing where it's like, well shit, I'm the man, so I'm gonna do this.
I got a question.
What up?
Can Ayana cook?
Ayana can cook. She's from Atlanta.
For sure. Okay.
She lied to me at first.
He did hesitate though.
She lied. No. She lied to me at first.
Jared
She can make a good grilled cheese.
Jared love to cook.
She can make some jambalaya. That's about it.
I'm a chef.
He'll cook some shit.
I'm a chef.
So that's why I'm like, did Ayana cook?
No, she lied to me in the pod. She was like, I don't really cook like that, blah, blah, blah. Whole time, like the first probably like week and a half, 2 weeks of marriage, you know what I'm saying? She in the kitchen. I'm like, I'm just sitting there sitting on the couch watching TV. And I'm like, damn, so smell good. What's that? She went in there, gave me a plate. I said, bro, why you lie to me? Talking about you can't cook like this shit good as hell. It was some pasta. So pasta? I mean, when it comes to pasta, bro, that's
Stay away from pasta.
No, she can make some flame ass pasta. But she can follow a hell of a recipe. Like she made some shit.
She can follow a hell of a recipe.
No, just in general. Just in general, you know what I'm saying? She could doctor it up to her own liking and shit, but like, she can read a recipe and be like, okay, well, I see you say this, that, and the third. I'm going to add my own little flavor to it. And that should be flame as hell.
I believe it.
Okay.
It was one time she made some shit. I was like, it's a little salty.
Yeah.
She was I'm
an honest critic anyway. My wife rarely misses, but she'll ask me. I mean, I'll eat almost anything, but she'll ask me like, yo, what you think? I'm like, you better. I mean, it's a little salty, or is this.
I mean, you got to be honest.
I knew she know how to cook when I wasn't in the kitchen, like trying to taste everything as she was cooking. I was just like, all right, shit, you cooking? All right, go ahead, do your thing. I'm gonna wait till it's done.
But she's an introvert. To be honest, I would be highly upset if an introverted person that didn't really care about being out and about, they want their own space, couldn't cook.
I don't think those things are synonymous to each other.
I agree, but still, that doesn't change my feelings that like, yo, if you in the house all day, it should be clean. If you in the house all day, you should know how to cook. Like, it's just things that just make sense to me.
True. But everybody don't.
That's like somebody that's that spent their whole life growing up around basketball and don't know the rules.
You're
looking like, what?
or growing up around it and can't play. That shit is real too.
I mean, nah. There's some people that just aren't athletic.
Yeah, true.
You just can't help it. No matter how much film you watch, no matter how much practices you do, some people just aren't athletic.
It's not in your blood.
Like I was blessed. My dad played baseball. I was blessed to be able to be an athlete.
Like a baseball player.
Yeah, I just hated it. It was too slow for me. Football, I had more aggression growing up in a house full of women. You tend to hold your aggression in a little bit more.
Facts. Mm-hmm. So with y'all women now,
tell me something.
And especially you, like,
especially me,
as you're preparing for marriage, because clearly you see that I'm going through a divorce, and Les he's
not going through a divorce. Just so we clear,
he's locked in.
Go ahead. No, I just want to make sure you're clear because he almost segued like, well, it's potential that he could be.
Yeah. What would you think if you possibly get? You ain't thinking about that.
What is?
Go ahead.
What is one thing that you would tell yourself as you're preparing to take this step to basically the rest of your life with the woman of your dreams? Like, what is one thing you would tell yourself to prepare you and to make sure that you're in the right mindset, to make sure that you're doing what you got to do to make this last forever?
Advice to myself.
Yeah.
Let me see, man. It's a lot of different things. You got to pick your battles. In relationships, marriages, you got to pick your battles. If you harping on everything and this not right, that not right, you ain't do this, you ain't do that.
Yeah.
Tiki and I learned that a lot. Every year in a relationship, we got to pick our battles.
Yeah.
Early on in the relationship, she was over there like, you clothes everywhere, this, that, and third, I'm doing it. And then now she just takes care of it. She picks her battles.
So she gave up
different things. She gave up.
I bet she became submissive.
She came into a common ground.
Mm-hmm.
But pick your battles. Sometimes take a deep breath. Take a couple minutes away from each other and then come back to the conversation if necessary. You know what I mean? You don't want to be just rah-rahing at each other.
I agree. That's actually
you know what I'm saying? Have a common
That's really good.
Clear head.
Going through therapy.
Mm-hmm.
So contrary to popular belief, which y'all don't see out there because y'all tell me to go get my wife back and work it out and go through counseling. Ayana and I were in counseling since December of 2021. And one thing that my counselor told me when it came to like the way that we communicated, and if I felt myself, because I anytime that I feel myself getting defensive or wanted to respond out of anger, she always said, just take a step back and be like, hey, can we come back? Can we table this and come back and talk about this? Mm-hmm. And also with doing so, like, how do you think, or how do you respond the way that you wanted to respond? So say in the moment you didn't say how you would have responded, but you come back and you revisit that conversation and you're like, this is what I wish I would have said versus how I said it. Yeah. And I tried that shit a couple times and like, that shit works.
It works.
Definitely. Because there's definitely been times where I just want to respond out of anger, out of just being just being out of high emotions, and that
respond out of emotions,
and it's not what I really want to say, and it's not what
who you really are. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I've tried.
That's when you start taking jabs.
Yeah.
Both sides start taking jabs.
I've done that before, and I've came back like, this is what I wish I would have said, and that shit got me a lot further than me saying how I felt in the moment with heightened emotions.
Y'all should have both just met with me, Dr. Lovelace. I would have told y'all. I would have heard her side or her job. I'm like, this is what y'all should do. So no, it's not. It's great to go to therapy for real. Like I feel like every marriage couple needs to have therapy. So
absolutely.
And I know we coming to the wrap. So I'm gonna leave the fans and everybody listening with this is that at the end of the day, a lot of times what you're saying is not how they're hearing it.
Yeah, true.
So try to practice saying like, you know what? Tell me what you heard. That was a huge piece. And the good thing about the person that we went to, he's a spiritual therapist or counselor, is that I'm not going to tell you guys what's right or wrong or what to do. I'm going to give you the tools to navigate through your issues. And I was like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Because you go to therapists, they try to, you're struggling with this, you're struggling with that.
Yeah.
Was this premarital?
Yeah, it was premarital. This is like at the tip of like when stuff could have went south. Where it's like, yo, this is the breaking point. Like we need to address this. I mean, I love it today because we went through those struggles, but I'm gonna leave everybody with this. Like, just take the time to actually repeat back what you think you heard.
Yeah.
So when somebody says and you heed it and you in the moment, to Jared's point, it's great to just be like, you know what? I'm not in the right mindset right now. I'm gonna take a step back. Can we table this? Now they're gonna fight you on it sometimes. Like, we need to. Why would you want to talk to me if I'm not in the right mindset? Like, let's come back to it. But the other piece is like, listen to them. Actually hear them. Don't think about what you about to say, but actually just take in everything that they telling you and be like, you know what
did you hear?
This is what I heard.
Yeah.
And that gives them the opportunity to be like, you know what, that's not how I meant it to come across. That's not what I meant, blah, blah, blah. You know, that's a great way to do it. So that's good. With that being said, I mean, oh man, we can just keep going down this road. But
that's crazy because our therapists they must know each other or something, because my therapist told me the same thing. And I'm like, that's great advice, because a lot of times, like, I feel like we're speaking different languages, especially as men and women. Like we're not always on the same page. And what you're saying to me, I'm perceiving it differently than how you're
absolutely,
you're
100%.
you're implying it and giving it off. 100%. So it's like doing that, like, okay, so I've said all of this. What did I just say to you? How did you perceive that? True. You know what I'm saying? And if you're telling me something different than what I intended it to be, then that's another conversation that we need to have. Sure. But that's something that I think a lot of people don't do. That's a skill that you have to learn.
Continuously learn.
Yeah, like you're not just going to get it off the first try, because we are always. And we don't, and it's unintentionally, but like you're oftentimes speaking different languages, you know. And I'm hearing something completely different, especially if my emotions are high. You done came at me, you done said this, that, and the third. What you just say? All I heard was "fuck you, you ain't shit." Blah blah blah. Damn, that is not what I said.
So with that, with that being said, right? Because that's gonna segue us into the next episode. Because you asked a good question, Jared. You asked him, what would he tell himself, right? Yeah. Thinking, you know, before he goes through that, or what can he? So we're going to start the next episode off. Let's do it. And I'm going to tell y'all what I would have told myself.
Prior to marriage?
Prior to marriage, yeah. Like, this is what you about to get into. Like, this is, if I had to give you anything, like, I'm going to give you this one nugget right here. Yeah. And then we're going to talk about Jared, because Jared going through, you know, he's going through a divorce. So it's like, what would you have told yourself to either prevent it or to make this an easier transition?
Or what would he have done differently in the process?
There's a couple things.
It don't matter.
There's a couple things, but we gonna savor that. Yeah, we steady dropping little gems and leaving gems for them. You know what I'm saying? But you already know we got to come back with some heat for the next episode to get the people. You know what I'm saying? This end of, you know what I'm saying, the Gentleman's Lounge. Again, if you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow, all that. Tell us, leave some comments, let us know what y'all want to talk about. If y'all feeling the conversations, the vibes, it's whatever. We here for y'all. So with that being said, the Gentleman's Lounge.
Y'all want topics? Y'all want
comment section.
Definitely DM us, man. If y'all want topics being discussed, we'll see if it's worthy enough to be on this show. So you got AJ, you got Jared, you got Les. You can catch me at Bald Ass Les on Instagram for sure. Twitter, it don't matter. It's still the same guy. Still the same G.
At the J Jones 05, you already know, on Twitter. I don't even know my Twitter name. I'll find it out and tell y'all.
It don't matter.
You got it. Man, look, man, it's AJ Handsome Phenom. Follow me there. I'm there.
Still hate his username.
Season 3, we out, baby.